President Muhammadu Buhari orders military to wipe out terrorists and bandits in the country. Governor Zulum alerts 259 houses and 110 million naira to Boko police. 6 Boko Haram commanders surrender as troops neutralize 42 terrorists. And business news, experts express concern over Nigeria's tech industry. On international news, Rishi Sunak heads race to become UK Prime Minister after latest votes. On sports news, President Muhammadu Buhari hails Super Falcons qualification for 2023 Women's World Cup. Hello there and thanks for joining us. That was the headline for Standard Voice Television News. I am Mohammed President Muhammadu Buhari has ordered the armed forces to wipe out terrorists, bandits and other enemies of country from the surface of the earth with immediate effect in order to bring lasting peace in the country and the African continent in general. The president, who gave the directive on Thursday during the graduation ceremony of the Senior Class 44 of the Armed Forces Command and Staff College, Jaji, Kaduna State, vowed that the masterminds of the recent Kuje prison attack and other attacks across the country must not be allowed to go free, but must be sent to their creator.
We have witnessed recent terrorist attacks in Nigeria bearing the hallmark of national and trans-border insurgents trying to cause havoc in Nigeria as well as in neighboring countries. It will be part of our duty to confront these terrorists and insurgents and wipe them off the face of the earth and bring peace to our countries.
Sumaya Dosara has more on the story.
The president lamented the recent attacks by terrorists and bandits in different parts of the country bear the hallmark of nation and transborder insurgency, which is a threat trying to wreak havoc in Nigeria as well as in neighboring countries, one which must be quenched once and for all. President Buhari celebrated the sacrifices and successes of the Nigerian military in defending the country courageously. The president pleaded that his government would continue to provide the needed support required to wipe out terrorists and insurgents off the face of the earth. The armed forces of Nigeria are working tirelessly to enhance their combat effectiveness, operational capacity, and training necessary to eliminate the threats, in synergy with other institutions and nations. The response of the armed forces of Nigeria to the Boko Haram insurgency, banditry, militancy, kidnapping, as well as the activities of separatists and armed militants. The response of the armed forces of Nigeria to the Boko Haram insurgency, banditry, militancy, kidnapping, as well as the activities of separatists and armed militias, amongst others, have been commendable. The president reassured that his administration will continue to provide the required guidance and support to ensure that the desired results are achieved. Sumaya Doso reporting for Svtv News.
The Youth Christians Association of Nigeria in the 19 northern states and the Federal Capital Territory have joined the political fray of rejecting the APC's choice of Muslim ticket. The group has warned of dire consequences in the events that concerned stakeholders, remain adamant in backing and promoting the ruling party obvious disdain for the Christian populace in northern Nigeria.
That the Constitution clearly states that the Federal Republic of Nigeria shall not be governed, nor shall any person or group of persons take control of the government of Nigeria or any part thereof, except in accordance with the provision of the Constitution. The Federal Republic of Nigeria shall be a state based on the principle of democracy and social justice. And Khan is asking, where is justice when we blatantly pick candidates on the basis of religion, not considering others?
Our correspondent Zainab Abdul-Wasiu has more on this story.
The youths have conveyed their anger and warning to the chairman of the Northern Governors Forum and Plateau State Governor, Simon Bako Lalog, expressing readiness to come all out against the agreement described as evil to Nigerians. In a strongly worded statement signed by 8 chairmen, Evangelist Musa D. Misar and Secretary Safara Adekunle Oyewo in Gombe. The Khan Youth Wing rejected the APC Tinubu and Shetima ticket in its entirety, threatening to mobilize their teaming members to distance themselves from insensitive packaging by the ruling party. Beside Governor Lalog, the group also challenged all Northern APC Christians members to immediately withdraw their support for Tinubu and Shetima candidacy. I am Zainab Abdulwasiyu reporting for Standard Voice Television.
The Independent National Electoral Commission has its hands full unraveling circumstances surrounding the discovery of a large consignment of permanent voters' cards allegedly buried in compound of a highly placed individual in the country. Expressing fury over the viral video and the allegations have already commenced into the incident, vowing that anyone involved in the diabolical scheme will be severely dealt with and sanctioned. The Commission's stance on the issue was conveyed in a press statement issued on Thursday by its National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, Barrister Festus Okoye, with a promise to also review procedures for collecting the permanent voters' card going forward. Meanwhile, the Commission appealed to those who found the allegedly buried PVCs to deliver them to the nearest state or local government office of the Commission, stressing that it will be their patriotic contribution to the consolidation of the electoral process in the country. The People's Democratic Party presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar, his running mate Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, and other officials on Thursday arrived in Osun in honor of the party's candidate, Senator Ademola Adeleke. This is coming 2 days to the governorship election in the state where Adeleke has once again attempted to govern the state, having lost to the incumbent governor, Boyega Oyetola, in 2018. Also in attendance was popular musician Davido, Governors Godwin Obaseki of Edo State, Aminu Waziri Tambuwal of Sokoto State, Duye Diri of Bayelsa State, former Vice President Namadi Sambu, ex-Osun Governor Olagusonye Oyinlola.
Not to allow APC to steal your victory as they did last election. When I was driving to this place, the governor who stole your mandate was driving in the opposite direction. There was nobody who was cheering him. He was holding his broom like this. He alone was going. This state is a PDP state. I have come to appeal to you to make sure that on Saturday you vote and you protect votes. Don't allow for any more rigging in Osun State. Protect your votes and return Senator Adeleke as the governor of Osun State.
The Borno State Governor Babagana Umar Zulum on Thursday in Maiduguri announced government's allocation of 259 houses and the release of 110 million naira to the Nigerian police force in the state. Governor Zulum made the announcement during the commissioning of Borno State's branch of the Nigerian Police Force Microfinance Bank. The Microfinance Bank is designed to provide financial services to aid small and medium enterprises for police families, their affiliates, and civilians in Borno State. The bank's unveiling in Maiduguri was attended by the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba Alkali. Before the unveiling, the governor explained that the allocation of over 259 houses to the police was meant to compensate the state command for government's use of some portions of land belonging to the police for development of some infrastructures in the state capital. In his remark before the commissioning, Inspector General of Police Usman Baba Alkali described Governor Zulum's support towards the Nigerian police force as enormous. The Kebbi State Governor, Senator Atiku Abubakar Bagudu, has on Thursday sworn in 3 High Court judges and 1 Qadi at the Council Chamber of Government House. The 3 new High Court judges sworn in by Governor were Honorable Justice Hassan Shehu Kuwa, Honorable Justice Mariam Abubakar Kaoji, Honorable Justice Shamsuddin Jafar, and Nasser Umar Zaga as Qadi of the Court of Appeal. Speaking at the historic event, the governor said the appointees were saddled with the new responsibilities based on merits. The governor also said that their appointments came at a very critical time of Nigeria's history. The Chief Judge of the state, Justice Suleiman Mohammed Ambarsa, administered the oath of office to the 3 newly appointed judges and 1 Qadi. The swearing-in ceremony was attended by the Secretary of the State Government, Babale Umar Yawuri, Acting Head of Service, Alhaji Safiyanu Garbabina, commissioners, special advisors, officials from the Ministry of Justice, and family members and friends of the newly sworn-in judges. Troops of Haram have continued to take the battle to Boko Haram terrorists, Islamic States of West Africa Province Enclave, with more coordinated operations leading to the surrendering of 6 top terrorist commanders. Spokesman of the Defense Headquarters, Major General Bernard Onyeko, disclosed this on Thursday at the bi-weekly briefing in Abuja. According to him, the terrorist leaders surrendered to the troops in Goza on Wednesday on the July 13th.
6 top terrorist commanders surrendered to own troops in Goza. It is pertinent to know that since the surrendering of these terrorists to our own troops, the high caliber of commanders surrendered this time around is unprecedented. Among them, a wali, who is equivalent to a governor, and Qaid, a 3-star commander.
In a related development, on July 11, 2022, the air components of Operation Hadinkai conducted air interdiction operation at Tumbunjaki and Tumbumurhu near Lake Chad in Borno State on the receipt of intelligence reports on the activities of the insurgents in the general area. General Onyeko said the successful airstrike neutralized several Boko Haram terrorists and destroyed their hideouts, and over 21 terrorists were neutralized in the airstrike. The People's Democratic Party has instituted a suit at Abuja Federal High Court seeking to compel the Independent National Electoral Commission to disqualify the candidates of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, and the All Progressives Congress, Bola Tinubu, from the 2023 presidential election for replacing their running mates. It could be recalled that Mr. Obi and Mr. Tinubu had nominated Okupe and Masari as placeholders to beat the INEC's June 17th deadline. But following the 1-month grace period for substitution given by the electoral body, last week the 2 presidential candidates nominated Yusuf Datti Baba Ahmed and Kashim Shettima as substantive running mates respectively. However, the PDP asked the court to determine if, by the combined interpretation of Section 142, subsection 1 of the Constitution, Section 29, subsection 1, 31 and 33 of the Electoral Act 2022, and INEC's timetable, Tinubu and Obi are bound by the nomination of Masari and Okupe respectively as their running mates. The party also asked the court to determine if, by the combined interpretation of Section 142, subsection 1 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Sections 29, subsection 1, 31 and 33 of the Electoral Act 2022, INEC can validly accept any change or substitution of the Masari and Okupe as running mates of the APC and the LP. The Kano Electricity Distribution Company has decried incessant vandalism and theft of its facilities in Kano State. KEDCO lamented that due to such activities, the company has been recording losses, plunging the state into darkness. The company, in a statement made available by its spokesman, Ibrahim Shawe, called on the general public to protect their transformers and other facilities for the benefit of the company and the communities. Alhaji Shawe added that those vandalizing the company's equipment are taking advantage of the rainy season to sneak into the transformers to vandalize cables, steal oil, and other valuables, pointing out that the danger of such acts is exposing the general public and even the perpetrators to a disaster. He noted that the increase in the menace has caused serious economic losses for KEDCO while hindering efforts at guaranteeing constant and quality supply to customers. And let's have our business updates with Abdulwasiu Zainab.
experts have expressed concern over Nigerian tech industry, especially in the area of Insotech and Health Tech. They spoke during a discussion titled The Future of Money, Prospect for Equity Capital Raise in Nigeria during the Association of Issuing House of Nigerian Award Night held in Lagos. The discussion was chaired and moderated by the Publicity Secretary of the Association of Issuing House of Nigerian, Head of Investment Banking for African Regions at RMB, Chidi Ukwechukwu. The expert raised questions over some of the steps taken by the industry to compete with other sectors. According to them, the increase in tech startup in Nigeria has remarkably increased the demand for equity capital in the form of private equity and ventures capital investment from foreign investors, most of which are not facilitated by Nigerian issuing houses, as that of equity in their activities. I am Zainab Abdulwasiyu. Thanks for watching and do have a lovely day.
Thank you, Zainab. And on international news. Former Finance Minister Rishi Sunak came out on top in the latest round of voting on Thursday by Conservative members of Parliament to decide Britain's next Prime Minister, followed by bookmaker favourite Penny Mordaunt. Mrs. Mordaunt earlier came under a blistering attack after she surged in the race to succeed Boris Johnson as another long-shot candidate leader was eliminated. The little-known Mordaunt, a committed brigadier who was briefly Britain's first women defence secretary before she was demoted to less senior roles, has emerged as the darling of Tory grassroots members.
Suella Braverman is eliminated from the contest, and the others are able to go forward to a further ballot on Monday.
In the second round of voting by Conservative members of Parliament, the Royal Navy reservists again came a strong second with 83 votes, behind former Finance Minister Sunak with 101. Foreign Secretary Liz Truss, the favoured candidate of Johnson loyalists, was third with 64, after formally launching her campaign with vows of tax cuts in smaller states. Promising an aspiration nation, Truss said she will be ready for day one to fix the enfeebled UK economy and take on Russian President Vladimir Putin over the war in Ukraine. And on sports news. President Muhammadu Buhari congratulates Nigeria's female football team, the Super Falcons, for qualifying for the Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand in 2023 after their emphatic quarter-final victory at the ongoing Women's Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. Super Falcons, the record 9-time title holder and defending champions of WAFCON, triumphed 1-0 over Cameroon on Thursday night. In a statement by his special advisor Femi Adesina, the president lauded the spirited performance of the team in the tournament and for maintaining its dominant posture as undisputed champions of the round ladder game and the most successful international women's football team in the continent. Having won the tournament twice in 2016 and 2018, the president assured the girls and their handlers that the whole nation is strongly standing with them and will continue to cheer them on until the final whistle in Morocco. And that has been the news for Standard Voice Television. To end the news, a quick look at the local headlines. President Muhammadu Buhari orders military to wipe out terrorists and bandits in the country. Governor Zulum alerts 259 houses and 110 million naira to Borno police. 6 Boko Haram commanders surrender as troops neutralize 42 terrorists. On business news, experts express concern over Nigeria's tech industry. On international news, Rishi Sunak heads race to become UK Prime Minister after latest votes. On sports news, President Muhammadu Buhari hails Super Falcons qualification for 2023 Women's World Cup. On behalf of the production team, Head of News and Current Affairs, I am Rahma Ibrahim Desai, saying bye for now and keep watching.